Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well in the journey of learning additional mathematics. In this video, I'm going to guide you to do self-practice 1.10. Number 1, find f inverse for each of the following one-to-one functions. So not all the function has inverse, only one-to-one function have inverse function. All these functions are categorized as one-to-one function. And now we are going to find f inverse for each. What is inverse function? How we relate inverse function into our real life. For example, let's say we transform ice cube to water. This process involves melting. And then from the water, what is the process involved for water to transform into the form of ice cube? Yes, it's called as freezing process. So in this case, we say the freezing process is the reverse process of the melting. If we name the melting as function f, then the freezing process is the inverse of the function f. How to write inverse? Is f inverse. This is f inverse. Do take note here, f inverse x is not equals to 1 over f. This is not power negative 1. This is inverse in mathematics. So how to find inverse function? Let's say we start from x, and then f inverse will map x to f inverse x. Then we assume f inverse x equals y. Then if you reverse the process, the function f will map y to fx. That's how we start to find the inverse function. Let me show you one example, A. So starting, we assume the f inverse is equals to y. That is the first step. Let f inverse x is equals to y. And then this f will bring y to x. The next sentence, we write f y equals to x. Okay, so far so good. Then next, what we are going to do, we substitute y into our x. So we have 2y minus 5 equals to x, and then make y as subject. So we add 5 both sides. So we have x plus 5 equals to 2y, and divide 2 both sides. So we have y equals to x plus 5 over 2. Then we can say our f inverse x is equals to x plus 5 over 2. That is for A. So far can follow. I show you one more question. Let's say we try C. Okay. So starting always the same. We let the f inverse equals to y. Okay. And then we reverse the process. F will bring y to x. So f y to x. Okay. Now what is function f? Function f is 4 over x minus 1. So we replace this x with y equals to x. That's how we start. Then we are going to make y a subject. How? We time both sides with y minus 1. So we have 4 equals to xy minus x. How we get this term? I repeat again, is x times y minus 1. So x times y, xy, x times negative 1 is negative x. Then we try to isolate y. 我们这个时候呢，要孤立这个 y. We let y stand alone one side. 我们把 y 呢放在右手边或者左手边都可以。So what we do, we plus x both sides, plus x, plus x. So we'll have 4 plus x equals to xy. This one cancel out. Then make y a subject. We divide all by x. So we'll have x over x, y 4 plus x over x. So what is our y? Our y is the f inverse. Finally, f inverse x is equals to 4 plus x over x with the condition x not equals to 0. That is C. Sorry, this one not B. This is C. Look at E. So find the f inverse for this rational function. So E, the very first step, we let the f inverse x equals to y, and then we can write fy equals to x. So now we look at function fx. So this is the position of x. Now we substitute by terms y. So we write here y plus 9 over y minus 8 equals to x. And now our focus is to form an equation with y as subject. Make y as subject. Okay, y as subject. So how? First, we time both sides with y minus 8. Then we expand it. X times y is xy. X times negative 8 is negative 8x. Then next we group all the y terms. Do take note here, we have y terms on left hand side and right hand side. You can group them on one side only. For instance, I group them on the right hand side. So what I do, I minus y both sides, so I have xy minus y, and I add 8x both sides, so I have 9 plus 8x. So make them one side, gather all the y term,把它们全部 y terms 呢搬去同一边。Okay, then factorize it, pull out y. So here left x minus 1. This is 9 plus 8x. So y is equals to 9 plus 8x over x minus 1, where x minus 1 not equal to 0. This will imply x not equals to 1. Because the denominator is never equal to 0. 分母是不能够等于0的。分母等于0呢，它就是不成立的。Okay, now we can write our final answer. Our f inverse x is equal to 9 plus 8x over 8 minus, sorry, not 8, over x minus 1. With the condition x not equals to 1. So I hope you can follow the working that I show you. And now is the time for you to practice. Do be the f. Do it now. When you willing spend time to do more exercise, all will become more easier. Try now. You can do it. Number 2, the function f is defined by fx, where fx equals to 3 minus x over 2x, where x not equal to 0. Find a f inverse 4. So we can start with let f inverse 4 is equals to x, and then fx is equals to 4. That's how we start. Then fx is 3 minus x over 2x equals to 4. Times both sides with 2x. So we have 4 times 2x. 3 minus x. We have x for right hand side. Then we move all the x term to the other side. So we plus x both sides. So 8x plus x equals to 3. 9x equals to 3. Then divide both sides with 9. So we have x equals to 1 over 3. That's how we find the value of f inverse. You can proceed to write the final answer. F inverse 4 is equals to, not x, is equals to 1/3. Okay, I would like to explain in more details about the first step here. Actually, what happened here when we write this way, f inverse 4 equal to x, fx equal to 4. Let me make it clear by using a diagram. So we start from x, the input. So f will map x to fx. Okay, so fx is equal to 4. Then the f inverse, this f inverse will bring back 4, to x. So this is the illustration of the first two sentences by using the diagram. Okay, hopefully you can understand better. So now we are going to find what is the x, so that fx is equals to 4. So how to start? You start with fx equals to 4. That's I write in the second sentence. Then solving this, you can obtain the answer for x, that is 1/3. 可以明白吗？ Okay. B, find the values of x such that fx equals to f inverse x. Okay, B. We need to solve fx equals to f inverse x. Actually, there are two ways to solve this. Which way is easier? I show you the easier way. Hopefully you can understand it. Fx equal to f inverse x. Equal means these two functions, they meet, or if you refer to graph, they intersect. For example, I give you one example. Let's say this is x. This is the x-axis. Let's say this is the refraction axis. Do you still remember when I taught you how to draw the inverse graph? Firstly, you must draw the refraction axis. Let's simply draw two graphs. Let's say this is f, and then I use the other color to draw the inverse. Let's say this is the inverse. Okay. Just remind you, this f and f inverse not represent this graph. I just simply draw the graph of f inverse just to explain this. Fx equals to f inverse x. Okay, so equal means they meet, they intersect. Where they intersect here, this is the place where they are intersect. So you are required to find what is the corresponding x value. If you notice, the place they meet, they also meet on the reflection axis, right? Y equal to x. So you can also equal this to reflection axis equals to x. Okay. Earlier I mentioned there are two ways to solve this problem. First method, you find f inverse x, and then you equal f inverse and also fx, and then you solve this to find x. Okay, this is a long method. I would like to show you the shorter method, simpler method. Second method, you can equate the fx and also x. Okay, fx equal x, because fx equal f inverse x, they also meet with the reflection axis. So it's always easier to find the intersection point if you refer to reflection axis. Okay, that's why I equal fx equals I equals the fx with x. Let me make it clear again. This is the reflection axis. Okay, can follow. Hopefully you understand what I explained. And now fx is 3 minus 2x over 2x equals to x. And now we time both sides with 2x, so we have 3 minus 2x equals to 2x squared. Form the quadratic. Let one side equals to 0. So 2x squared minus 2x, we move to the other side, plus 2x minus 3. And then we factorize. And then if we factorize, how to factorize this? You can do manually, or you can do the by using calculator. So let me do manually. So 2x times x for 2x squared, and then negative 3. How to get negative 3? So I put this one negative 1, this one 3. Okay, so it's 2x plus 3x minus 1. If you have problem to do factorize manually, you can refer to your calculator. So let's continue. So we have 0 equal to 2x plus 3. That means x equals to negative 3 over 2. X minus 1 equal to 0. So we have x equals to 1. So we have 2x, 2 answer for the part B. If you still have any problems, you can text to me and then I can explain further to you. Okay, now let us move to question number 4. Question number 4, find the function f in similar form for each of the following f inverse. A given f inverse x equals to 6x plus 7, you are required to find the fx. So how to start? You can starting with let the fx itself is equals to y, and then f inverse y is equals to x. That's how you start. So now given already the f inverse x is equal to 6x plus 7. So you can replace this x with y. So now our task is to make y as subject. We make y as subject. How? We isolate the y term one side. 我们现在要把 y 呢成为 subject。怎么样做呢？你把 y 放在其中的一边，左边或右边。我选择把它放在左边。So we minus 7 both sides. So x minus 7, 6y. Divide both sides by 6. So I have y equals to x minus 7 over 6. So what is y? Y is fx. So finally write fx equal to x minus 7 over 6. Okay, that's A. Let's try B. Starting same. They give us the f inverse. You are required to find f. So starting, we assume the fx is equals to y and f inverse y equals to x. Then this x you can replace by y. You have 2 minus y over 5 equal x. Then make y as subject. Time both sides with 5. So we have 5x. Then move y to one side. Stay alone one side. So we have 2 minus 5x equals to y. That means our fx is equal to 2 minus 5x. Okay. Before I end this part, I would like to explain the meaning of these two sentences. So what does it mean when we say fx equals to y, f inverse y equals to x? Let me explain in more details by using a diagram. So we start from x. Maybe I use different color. We start from x. X is the input. So the function f will map fx. Will map the x to fx. So we can assume the fx is y. And then the f inverse will map the y. Okay, will map to y back to the x. Okay, so here we write this x equals to f inverse y. So how to start to find the f? You're required to find the f. We start from here. We start by letting fx equals to y here, and then followed by x equals to the f inverse. This is the second sentence. Okay, this is what happened at the beginning. Hopefully you can understand better. If you cannot accept my explanation for this diagram, it doesn't matter. You just follow the procedure how to find the fx. Okay, and now is a time for you to practice. See, do it yourself. Do it now.